Today I'm going to give you the lectures regarding an overview of the sports industry, right? So before the midterm examination, I already gave you the lecture regarding this topic. But today I just going to repeat this. I'm just using same topic, okay? But that's kind of important point. You guys, when you guys think about the sports industry or sports marketing, that means those kind of things, when I'm using today's lectures, I'm just going to give you the bunch of questions in your final examination, okay? So what is sports industry? That's kind of the definition of the sports industry, right? Sports industry is a market in which people, activities, business, and organizations involved in producing, facilitating, promoting, or organizing any activity, experience, or business enterprise focused on sports. That's exactly the definition of the sports industry, okay? Types of sports. When you guys think about the sports industry, there are a bunch of types of sports. The example will be like that, okay? So traditional sports. Traditional sports means baseball game, basketball game, tennis game, golf, American football, swimming, and soccer game will be the traditional sports, okay? But several variety of the aerobics, inline skating, snowboarding, snow kayaking, parasailing, ice surfing, mountain boating, beach volleyball, skydiving, skydive dancing, snow biking, ice climbing, the X game, and indoor soccer. All of them is regarding the leisure activity, right? You guys know the leisure, right? The leisure things. Those kind of things will be included in those types of sports too, okay? But first thing will be the traditional sports. You already know the baseball, basketball, tennis, golf, American football, swimming, and soccer. That's the popular game. But second line, all of the sports related to leisure things. Those kind of things will be another types of sports, okay? But how about extreme sports? Extreme sports, also known as action sports. Same terminology, right? So extreme sports. Usually in the European country, the people call extreme sports the action sports. Especially the LG, the Korean company, Korean electronic company, LG Electronics is sponsoring the extreme sports event. I mean, just the hosted in the European country. The LG Electronics used to sponsor the action sports event in the European country, okay? A general term for collection of year sports involving adrenaline-inducing action, okay? So extreme sports and leisure things and traditional sports, everything will be types of sports in the perspective of sports industry, okay? Settings for sporting activities. Another approach to the sports industry involves examining the many different settings in which sporting activities occurs. The single sports, professional leagues, teams, organization, and multi-sports, athletic foundation, disabled sports organizations, high school sports, military sports too, Olympic sports, sports hall of fame, sports libraries, and museum, and youth sports organization, just like YMCA. That kind of multi-sports will be the different setting for sporting activity, right? So events, meeting, and trade show will be other settings for sporting activities, okay? So settings for sporting activity, those kind of screen. This section is very important. I'm just giving you the examination question in the final examination. Because our lecture will be focused 3 sections, right? The first thing will be professional sports, right? Just like MLB, NFL, NBA, NFL. The second thing, you guys, students already have made presentation, right? Professional sports. And the second section will be college sports, right? College sports. Who did presentation? NCAA. Some of students already made presentation regarding college sports, right? NCAA section will be second. But last one will be Olympic sports, right? Students already made presentation-wise, college sports and professional sports, Olympic Games will be 3 representative selling sporting activity in the sports industry, okay? The college sports, usually college association, just like the example, good example will be NCAA, right? NCAA is the organization which controls and organize every kind of college sports event in the United States, right? So NCAA will be the perfect example for the explaining college association, the college athletic conference, college athletic department, sports management degree program, okay? So how about media? Martin, would you explain the role of media in the sports industry? I mean, just when you guys think about the globalization of sports industry, the media is very important, right? I mean, just the role of the media is very crucial point. Would you explain a little bit regarding? So media, the important thing will be the media will be giving the chance the company, I mean just professional company to make the money, right? The media is a kind of medium tool to connect fans and sports organization, right? So kind of medium tool will be used, I mean just media will be used as a medium tool, right? For connecting the different things, right? The media is very important when you guys think about the globalization of sports industry, right? So for example, the MLB, Major League Baseball game, right? The development of the media, the Korea, people residing in Korea, they do have the chance to watch all of events in the hosted in the United States. But think about that, right? So development of media make everything possible, right? So especially you guys think about the globalization of the sports industry, right? The role of media is very important. I will giving you the role of the media in the sports industry, the final examination, right? So media, the role of media, okay? The media role is very crucial. You guys have to answer the kind of question next week, okay? Professional service, executive search service, event planning and services, financial service, marketing and consulting service, technical service, sports agent, sports medicine, ticketing service will be the other settings for sporting activities, okay? How about sports sponsors? You guys know the difference between the marketing of sports and marketing through sports, right? That's very important things. So Florian, you guys know the answer? You have the ability to differentiate marketing of sports and marketing through sports? So facilities, arenas and stadium, auto race tracks, greyhound raceways, facility architects and developers, facility management, facility concession services will be the facility, right? The facility is the great selling, other selling for sports activity. What is concession service? 우리 강명진 학생, concession service will be final examination, okay? The terminology, concession service. You just need to know the definition of the concession service, okay? Very simple. Usually the sports franchise, I mean sports organization, do have a chance to make the profit through selling admission ticket. But the profit sources will be through the concession service. I mean just selling food, right? Selling food to fans. How about parking? Parking will be other resource for the sports franchise to make the profit, okay? But that's why the concession service, I mean just the quality of concession service, right, is very, very important. When sports marketers think about the fans, okay? In order to make the profit, they have to be focused on increasing the quality of concession services, okay? Next screen will be the major professional sports in the US, right? That's the English class, right? So all of my lectures was focused on US setting, right? United States setting. That's why you guys need to remember major professional sports in the US, okay? What is major professional sports in the US? 크게 한번 answer my question. What is NFL? MLB, right? Major League Baseball. How about next one? Third one will be NBA. How about last one? Will be NHL, right? 4 representative major professional sports training in the US, right? I will be giving you the same question, just like I just asked to you, right? That will be in the final examination, right? Very short. I just doing my best to give you guys very easy question, right? Everybody could have the chance to answer my question in the final examination. Why? Because I just want to give you good grade, the best grade you could attain, right? So in the final examination, I'm doing my best. I'm trying to do my best to give you kind of easy question, okay? So NFL, major professional sports, 4 major professional sports are NFL, National Football League, MLB, Major League Baseball, NBA, National Basketball Association, and NHL, National Hockey League. The NHL, you just need to know, NHL usually the fan base will be Canada, right? In the US, I mean just the northeastern side of the US, the ice hockey is a very, very popular sport. But I mean just southern part of the US, the NHL, ice hockey league do not have enough fan base, right? So NHL is the target market will be in Canada, right? In Canada and New York City, how about the northeastern side? Very cold area. I mean just warm and humid area, the ice hockey do not have the fan base and fan support, okay? That's kind of why the target market is very important, right? NHL, sports marketer, they have the fan base, especially in the Canada side. You guys have to know that, okay? So how about NBA? NBA is sports marketing. When you guys think about sports marketing and globalization, you need to mention the role of the NBA, right? You guys know the NBA is a globalization efforts, right? So how about the Yao Ming, and I just mentioned kind of the European basketball players, right? The Dirk Nowitzki and Tony Parker from Germany and from France. All of them is related to the globalization of the NBA, okay? How about Yao Ming, right? So Yao Ming is he's from China, right? He's very popular. That's why so many Chinese people, right? Chinese people want or watch the NBA game. That's why the Chinese TV want to have their contract with the, I mean just the NBA association, right? That is giving the NBA association to make the profit, right? But this contract, the many Chinese people do have the chance to watch whole events regarding NBA. That's the globalization of the sports marketing, okay? So how about MLB? 강명진 학생 우리 설명해 봅니다. MLB, when you guys think about globalization of the MLB, right? I just mentioned All-Star Game and Opening Series, right? Because you guys, you got a perfect answer regarding this question. That's why I'm giving you the question, okay? 강명진 학생 우리 대답해 봅니다. How about this year? This year's MLB's Opening Series was hosted in which country? Which country hosted MLB Opening Series for this season? Australia, right? Australia, the hosted the opening series for this season, right? Only this season. Sometimes the MLB, the changes spot. Sometimes I think a few years ago, Japan, another Asian country, Japan. You guys know Japan, right? Japan hosted MLB opening series game because they just want to make the MLB the worldwide popular. That's the effort of the sports globalization, okay? When you guys think about sports industry globalization, you guys need to know the opening series games, okay? The NFL. What is the favorite sports? What's the popular things, popular sports in the United States? NFL, right? So football is the number one, the making resources. I mean, just sports marketer think about the making money, right? They always thinking about the making money. I mean, just making profit. That's the marketing myopia, right? Marketing myopia, the question number 3 in the midterm examination. Marketing myopia. What is a marketing myopia? The sports marketer you always have to think about long-term view, but sometimes they doing their mistake, right? They just need to focus on making the instant profit. That's the problem. That's usually called marketing myopia, okay? So I mean, I just explained the 4 professional franchise, right? NHL, MLB, NBA, how about MLB? But besides that, in the United States, you do not have to regret football and basketball. I mean, just college sports. College football, college basketball is very, very popular. Both of them have the chance to compare to professional sports. I mean, just football, college football and college basketball usually hosted in the winter season, right? But they just have same popularity, okay? So sports marketer always have to think about the role of the college sports. That's why when you guys think about sports industry, I mean, just not only professional sports, but college sports setting also important, right? So I think the students make presentation regarding college sports, right? So NFL, American football, equalize American culture, right? The football is culture in the United States, okay? But I just repeat the movie, Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire is a kind of name of the sports agent, right? Tom Cruise was acting in the movie, right? Jerry Maguire make the kind of sports marketing very popular worldwide, okay? Before the Jerry Maguire, everybody do not have the chance to know what is sports marketing, what is sports agent. But Jerry Maguire he's acting as sports agent in the movie, right? But because that movie, the sports marketing became very, very popular things, okay? So number 1 popular sports in the US is NFL, right? So Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, the other regular season games, I already explained those of them, and Super Bowl impact. Super Bowl impact, the economic impact studies. Usually, you guys have to think about the economic impact of the Super Bowl advertisement, right? I just also gave you the question in the midterm examination and the economic impact of the Super Bowl advertisement, right? But the economic impact, Super Bowl hosting city, right? The economic impact of the Super Bowl on hosting city, right? So that's why every city want to host great mega events, right? Because they gave each city to make the profit, to make the money. I mean, just to create the workforce. I mean, it's a bunch of opportunity for working, a bunch of opportunity for make the profit. That's why every city want to host the big events. I mean, just like mega events, Super Bowl. How about country? World Cup, Olympic game. Also, the country will be giving the country to make the profit, right? But this season, I mean, just this year, Brazil will be hosting World Cup game, right? In a few days, right? And after 2 years, Brazil also will be hosting the Summer Olympic game, right? This year is 2014. Brazil will be hosting World Cup game. After 2 years, that country will be hosting Olympic game too, right? That's the kind of economic impact of the big mega events role, okay? Revenue sharing. Revenue sharing is a very important concept, right? But that's things, I do not have to explain those things because the students will be presenting regarding this topic, right? Revenue sharing, okay? So after break, we'll be talking about revenue sharing in detail, okay? Second, the professional franchise will be NBA, right? Lakers and Celtics, I mean the LA Lakers and Boston Celtics rivalry is kind of traditional things. But important thing is in NBA, Michael Jordan and Chicago Bulls impact. Who can explain to Michael Jordan and Chicago Bulls impact in the NBA? When you guys think about sports marketing or sports industry globalization, you do have to know the role of the Michael Jordan and Chicago Bulls impact. Chicago Bulls is one of the NBA teams, right? Usually Michael Jordan used to play for there, right? Used to play for Chicago Bulls with Dennis Rodman. The last year I just introduced Dennis Rodman, right? So Michael Jordan. How about Michael Jordan and Nike? Michael Jordan and Nike, always together, right? So put them together. When you guys think about sports marketing and sports industry, you have to put the Michael Jordan and Nike together, okay? Put them together, please. That's the beginning of the sports marketing, okay? So how about Kobe Bryant? Kobe Bryant impact. Kobe Bryant is the great star too, right? So Nike and Adidas competition, right? Two different companies. Nike, the headquarters, usually based on the US side, but how about Adidas? Adidas from Germany, right? Always two representative sporting brands every time they make the competition, right? That's kind of the NBA things. How about Miami Heat, 3 superstars contract? Just only 3 years ago, right? So at this moment, Miami Heat is playing against San Antonio Spurs, right? NBA final game. They just 1-1, right? So Miami Heat contract, 3 stars, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, right? 3 great stars contract. You guys will be thinking about the NBA's marketing, right? I already explained the many European and South American and Chinese players. That kind of thing will be useful for developing, for making NBA the worldwide popular, right? So the efforts for globalization for NBA, okay? The NBA also doing kind of charity events. I mean just a community relation side, right? What is community relation? I'll be giving you the definition of the community relation in the final examination, okay? I always emphasizing the role of PR, public relation. Usually, when you guys think about sports marketing mix, 4 P's, right? Product, price, place, promotion, right? But especially when you guys think about the sports marketing's 5 P's, what is the additional piece? PR, right? Public relation is what? What is PR? What is PR? PR is the combination of media relation plus community relation, okay? Now you guys know the definition of the PR, public relation. Public relation is the combination of media relation and community relation, okay? 우리 최진수 학생, community relation. Please explain the community relation. You don't mind. You already know the community relation, right? Please explain this concept. Okay, that's a good answer too, okay? Next one, I'm just moving to next screen. MLB. I already explained the opening series importance, right? For the globalization of the MLB, okay? But New York Yankees and Boston Red Sox rivalry, I think everybody might know that, right? Because this year, so Hyunjin Yu, for playing for LA Dodgers, he always winning, right? He always, not always, but almost 70%. I mean, 70 or 80%, okay? Hyunjin Yu performs very nicely, so everybody, I think every student will be interested in watching MLB games, right? So MLB especially, that organization has many international players. usually from Hispanic and Asian side, right? But MLB, baseball is not popular in the European country. That's why the MLB usually make an effort for the globalization, the Hispanic side and Asian side, okay? World Baseball Classic, just like the World Cup, right? Each country, the competition, who's winning the World Baseball Classic. This event also hosted every 4 years, just like World Cup, okay? You guys know the new stadium impact, right? So facility section, every franchise, every sports organization is trying to, they want to have new stadium, right? New venue. Just a kind of the impact of new stadium on the local city that will be usually called honeymoon impact, right? Honeymoon impact will be equalized as new stadium economic impact, okay? Next one will be soccer, right? Soccer is not so popular in the US. Soccer, as you guys already know, soccer is very popular in the European country, right? The globalization, every country is trying to do their best for the globalization of the soccer. How about you can think about the FIFA World Cup, right? So in a few days, the Brazil will be hosting FIFA World Cup. How about UEFA European Championship? Usually called Euro Championship, right? UEFA Champions League, UEFA Europa League will be other kind of club competition event, right? So Manchester United and David Beckham impact. That sentence, you guys think about the sports marketing, right? Just in terms of the soccer, you have to know the role of the Manchester United and David Beckham impact, right? Who is the owner of the Manchester United? Malcolm Glazer, right? Malcolm Glazer is the owner of American football team, right? Which team? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? He is also, he's kind of businessman, right? So he owns not only Manchester United, but Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of the NFL teams, okay? Increasing the popularity of MLS in the US. That's the role of the David Beckham, right? I think I just heard news in a few days ago. The famous players, right? Other famous soccer players got a contract with the MLS team, right? Just kind of Bia, no? The Bia and who? Yes, Lampard, right? Lampard from England, right? Two players also got a contract with the MLS teams, right? That's Bia and Lampard, right? Lampard is the left footer from England, right? But two famous players also got a contract with the MLS teams a few days ago. That shows just increasing the popularity of MLS in the US, okay? So the David Beckham, he just retired, right? He's not playing anymore. But he wanna be the kind of owner in the Miami side. At this moment, Miami do not have their soccer team, but David Beckham will be making the soccer team, based on the Miami side, okay? But David Beckham, a few days ago, David Beckham mentions, you guys know Moyes, right? Moyes is the manager name. Moyes wanna be the manager of the Miami, the soccer teams, right? David Beckham already will be will be owner in new soccer team based on Miami area, okay? So think about ESPN. What is ESPN? The representative cable TV network in the US, right? ESPN Premier League broadcasting contract. Actually, just a few years ago, United States people, they do not have the interest in watching and analyzing soccer game. At this moment, a soccer season, ESPN, every Sunday morning, they do have the concept to cover on one game in the English Premier, Premier League. That's showing the popularity of the soccer in the US because the huge impact, the playing the famous stars playing in the U.S. side, right? Especially David Beckham and Thierry Henry. Henry also was playing before he was retired. He was playing in the United States, right? For the MLS. MLS means the kind of organization. MLS, what is MLS? MLS is organization which organize every kind of soccer events. I mean just a professional soccer event in the US, right? MLS is the name of the organization, okay? Next one will be tennis, right? The popularity of the tennis game. Maria Sharapova and Williams sisters. And the women's tennis is very important, right? Especially in the marketing side, the women's tennis more popular compared to men's tennis. You guys watch the French Open, right? Your country, one of the major tennis events, right? The Sharapova won the title, right? Championship title. She beat other players 2-1, right? The Maria Sharapova got title in the French Open, right? Men's tennis rivalry. I mean, just a Federer. Federer is not playing good anymore, right? Because he's too old to play good, right? But how about Rafael Nadal and Djokovic and Andy Murray, right? Big rivalry system, right? That's kind of the making tennis very popular worldwide, okay? So 4 major tournaments. What is 4 major tournaments in tennis? Who knows the 4 major tournaments? I mean, just every ATP tour is a kind of single event. But I mean, I just want to focus on major events, just like French Open, right? But besides French Open, Australian Open, Wimbledon tennis, US Open, 4 of them will be 4 major tennis tournaments, right? So Wimbledon was hosted in the London, England. The French Open in Paris, right? Australian Open will be hosted in Melbourne, right? So US Open usually player will be playing in the New York City, right? The 4 major tournaments, okay? You guys already know the Kia Motors. Kia Motors from this country, right? The car making brand, Kia Motors sports marketing efforts, right? Especially the Australian Open, Kia Motors is trying to promote their cars in the Australian Open. That's the marketing through sports, right? I mean, just advertisement, sponsorship. Those kind of thing will be included. You guys explain the marketing through sports, okay? But I mean, just last sentence, tennis channel. But I mean, just like ESPN. At this moment, the U.S. cable TV network have the tennis channel. I mean, just separate tennis channel. I mean, just tennis channel every hour, 24 hours, tennis channel every time to covering all kinds of events just regarding tennis event, okay? How about golf? PGA Tour and European Tour. I mean, just LPGA crisis because there are too many international players. But Michelle Wee from half Korean and half American. But Michelle Wee plays normal good. That's why the LPGA got a crisis. But this year, I mean just last year, the Michelle Wee finally, she's playing good. That's why the LPGA, making the LPGA more popular inside the US area, okay? Many international player competition and the Ryder Cup and the Continental Cup will be the perfect example just when you guys think about many international country competition, okay? But the most crucial thing is the Tiger Woods impact, right? To increase or to make the golf more popular, the role of Tiger Woods is very huge, right? So men's 4 major golf tournaments. The US Open is the perfect example. How about the Masters? You guys heard about the Masters? Masters is just like the French Open in the tennis. That's one of the major golf tournament, right? How about Golf Channel? Golf Channel, just like Tennis Channel, there is kind of separate cable TV network, the covering all of golf things, right? They do not cover, that kind of channel do not cover other things besides golf, right? Golf channel and tennis channel. I mean, just so, because the media, the importance of media, right? So the media make the game more popular, right? That's why golf and tennis is trying to get their own separate channel, right? Okay, thank you for listening to my lecture. After a 10-minute break, the other group students will be making presentation regarding revenue sharing, right? Comparative balance, okay? The 10-minute break will be starting 2:35, okay?